everyone, and welcome to another show of Abode TV. As you can see, thanks to our advertising campaign, we've been able to significantly upgrade our studios. In fact, let me give you a brief tour.
Uh-oh, cut!
Huh? Okay, I guess the truth is out. It's just a virtual background, and I'm still broadcasting from my bedroom. Just a second. Well, I'm out of the bedroom and back in the living room. Now, I don't want to say that Sanitizer was a shady enterprise, but the truth of the matter is that we didn't see a penny from whatever profits they raised, and they seem to have skipped town and left not a trace behind. But we have a long show, so I won't spend any more time talking about that. And as you may have noticed from the subliminal music playing in the background, today's show is going to focus on Australia. And since it's hard to talk about Bob in Australia without mentioning Francis Brabazon, I think it's fitting that we'll open up with the first 4 paragraphs of The Silent Word, a biography of Baba that Francis wrote. It's read by Ross Keating, and there's an accompanying video made by our video department.
Men are born and die and are reborn until they die into the deathless and are never born again. But one man, being birthless and deathless, takes birth again and again because of the cry of the world for relief from the burden of living. And to mirror himself in the tears of his lovers. This man is the God-man, whole God, perfect man. Because he is God, his actions as a man are perfect. And because he is a man, mankind partakes of the divine qualities of his godhood. To some he comes as a dark cloud, heavy with the blessings of rain at the height of summer's heat. To some he comes as the tender sun at the end of winter's freeze, to turn ice into murmuring music. And to some he has 2 arms and a kiss, 2 eyes and a golden word to be uttered. The right to eat bread instead of stones, to love and sing and stop building tomorrow is re-established. And the boughs of the beloved's orchard hang low so that fruits which only the long-armed could reach may be plucked by all.
Thank you, Ross. That turned out so well. I think it might be fun to have Ross read all of Stay with God. Stay with God was a book that Francis wrote at Baba's behest, and Baba called it a perfect book. Francis wrote it before coming to live with Baba permanently in 1959. So I think it would be fun if Ross reads the whole book and we get our video department to make a video to accompany it. What do you say, Ross? Are you up for it? But now we'll leave words behind and take up a fairly silent virtual tour of Avatar's Abode, a place that Francis and the other Australian Baba lovers built and dedicated for Baba for his 1958 visit there. Thanks to Jim Frasino, we have this lovely virtual tour of the property, or at least a part of the property. It's actually more extensive than what we'll see, but we're concentrating on the two buildings that Baba used during his 1958 visit there.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. In late 1957, Avatar Mayor Baba suggested the state of Queensland for his second visit to Australia. To honor Baba's wishes, Francis Brabazon located and purchased this land, and in less than 6 months, with a handful of volunteers, constructed 2 new buildings for this 4-day event. This is the direction from which Baba arrived in 1958. July 19th, 2020. The coronavirus restrictions have been eased, and I'm now able to enter and video the two most important places on Avatar's abode, the meeting hall and Baba's house. The initial meeting with Baba in the meeting hall was extremely tense, as Baba had made specific instructions that this Sahabas was only for those who were prepared to obey him. This was difficult for some, and tears were shed. Baba eased the mood by saying, with gentle compassion to a distraught child, "Baba loves you. You must not be sad. When you cry, see, Baba cries too," pointing to the rain that had started to gently fall. Baba's house is made up of two separate areas, a special room for Baba, and a larger space used for sleeping quarters for the men Mandali. It was also used for large group gatherings during Baba's stay. It continues to serve this same function today. Baba's house contains within it the heart of the abode, Baba's room. This was where the Avatar rested, had private meetings with individuals and families, and did his universal work. It continues to contain not only his bed and chairs, but also his presence, which is his great gift to Avatar's abode and to Australia.
You know, I never got to meet Francis, although I always wanted to. And I came close in 1980. But even so, it seemed to me I had a rather significant interaction, or maybe we call it a non-interaction, with Francis when Daphne and I visited Avatar's abode. This story goes like this. Well, by this time we all know what that means. It's time for another installment of a Baba game.
Hello, Steve. I'm glad that I can finally meet you for the first time. I've been so excited. I'm a big fan of the show, and I can't wait to be on YouTube. It's gonna be
Okay,
brilliant.
that's great. Well, you know, our executive producer is excited too. He sent me a note. He says you're the first person under 60 who's played our game.
What? How could that be possible? I can't even fathom how that could be possible. Oh, wow. I'm a big fan of this mysterious executive producer.
Yeah, it puts a little pressure on you. You're representing the younger generation now.
Oh, yeah. I'll try not to swear too much.
But it makes me
Oh,
wonder, since you are so much younger than our usual demographic, how did you hear about Baba?
wow. Okay. So I grew up in a barber family, but I wasn't actually interested in barber at all until life got very stressful, and then I was like, oh, I was pulling all my hair out, and then I read a barber book, Gene Adriel's Avatar, and it sort of brought back all these incredible memories of being a child at barber places like Avatar's Abode, and it and I just loved it. And then a flip switched in my brain, and I became barber obsessed.
Wow. But unfortunately, Gene Adriel's Avatar isn't going to help you with our quiz. We don't have any quotes from there.
We're on the discourses, right?
Yeah, well, I have two. I mean, in case you actually get some right, I've got some extras. I've got two from the discourses lined up for you, and one from Meher Baba's call.
Oh, wow. Okay. Can't remember what happens in Mayor Barber's School. It's all right. I'll fly by the seat of my pants as
Okay.
normal.
Which one do you want to try first?
Discourses. I've read the
Discourse.
discourses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. I
Okay.
tried to pick a little bit easier because we've struck out with our first two contestants. So here it is. The achievement of selflessness may be said to be, that's the beginning part, and then you have three options. The achievement of selflessness may be said to be 1, almost impossibly difficult, 2, both difficult and easy, 3, much easier than most imagine. Do you need the first part read out to you again?
Um.
The achievement of selflessness may be said to be almost impossibly difficult, both difficult and easy, and much easier than most imagine.
Oh, it's tough, because it depends what perspective we're going from, because everyone already has it. They just don't know it. Brrr. I'm going to say number 2, rightly or wrongly.
Both difficult and easy?
Yes, lock it in.
Australia is very proud of you.
Good.
You're the first person who's gotten the first question right.
Oh, that's exciting.
It
Okay,
is.
I'm ready for the next one.
Okay. Next one is pretty similar. It's actually taken from the same discourse. Are you ready?
I am.
But if a person resolves to set aside selfishness at any cost, he finds, and now you have your three options. He finds 1, his way blocked by the limitations of his binding sanskaras. He finds this is easier to resolve than to do. Or he finds an easy entry into the domain of pure love.
Okay, read it again.
But if a person resolves to set aside selfishness at any cost, he finds, and then here are your three answers again, his way blocked by the limitations of his binding sanskaras. He finds that this is easier to resolve than to do. He finds an easy entry into the domain of pure love.
It's 3.
What? You've got 2 for 2.
I
Okay,
think I
for the
read this.
grand prize now. Are
Yeah.
you ready? This is from Meher Baba's call.
Okay.
When did you last read discourses? Did you just do this last night? You went through them all?
No, I think I actually read that chapter serendipitously maybe 4 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
So
I
I've
should have
got-
picked a different discourse, my second question then. But here we go. Meher Baba's call. This is a very well-known quote, so it could be a cakewalk for you.
Okay.
Don't waste your precious lifespan judging and differentiating your fellow man, but learn to, and that's the beginning, learn to accept others as they are, see all as manifestations of the one universal self, long for the love of God. So the
Okay.
whole quote, don't
Read
waste.
it again. I never listened the first time you say
Oh, okay.
it.
That's good to know. My wife never listens with the second or third time I say something. Don't waste your precious lifespan judging and differentiating your fellow man. But learn to, and then here are the three. Learn to accept others as they are. Learn to see all as manifestations of the one universal self. Or learn to long for the love of God.
I'm going to go with the accept others as you are, because you made a slip and you already started saying accept, which means that you knew it. So you gave it away that time, but that's what I'm going to choose.
I could follow that convoluted logic, but you're saying accept others?
That's what I'm locking it in. Yeah.
You came so close to winning the grand prize.
Oh,
so close.
And I'm so happy that I was on the show, even if I did fail at the last minute.
Well, you did better than anybody else.
Yeah.
You did Australia and the younger generation proud, but let me tell you what the right answer was.
Please.
Don't waste your precious lifespan judging and differentiating your fellow man, but learn to long for the love of God.
Okay. Maybe that's the message for something that I should be learning for.
Yeah. Thank you so much for playing.
It's a pleasure. I'm so glad.
And as with all of our other contestants, we'll put your name in the consolation hat. And at some point, we may call you up and give you a chance for, a consolation prize.
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to be on the show as much as possible. Okay, awesome.
Okay, good day.
Bye.
Well, you probably noticed at the beginning of that interview got clipped off. But that was Josh Walterding from the Blue Mountains west of Sydney, Australia. And the research department will probably be after me if I don't let you know that those two quotations from the discourses came from The Conditions of Happiness. And speaking of the research department, they wanted to make sure that I let you know that apparently I made a couple mistakes on the last show. First of all, I had said after seeing the newsreel that probably the newsreel hadn't been finished because Bob hadn't returned from Japan to break his silence in the Hollywood Bowl. And of course, what I meant to say was that Bob hadn't returned from China. Also, the research department wanted me to let you know that I had said that there were 28 book titles in Mark and Lisa's song because Sparks was really a pamphlet and The Glow was a magazine. But they pointed out that the actual wording in the song was Sparks of the Truth, which is a small booklet, so the correct answer is actually 29. So if you guessed 29 and sent that answer into me, send me an email, and I'll be sure to send you a free pass for a tour of Baba Studios in Springfield, New Hampshire. And I hope that makes the research department happy. They're a tough bunch of guys. And speaking of a tough bunch of guys, we did get some suggestions for new names for Baba TV. Let's see, we had Baba Flicks and Darshan Vision. And one wag who obviously liked puns suggested The Avatar of the Stage and Life of the Arty. I thought those were clever but not completely appropriate. And someone said All Things Baba. And someone suggested Bits and Baba. And considering our reliance on computers, I thought maybe Bits and Bytes and Baba might be a good name. But the staff here at Baba Studios really wasn't enthusiastic about any of those names, and the overwhelming response from listeners was to keep Baba TV. So we're doing that for the moment. Of course, you're free to write in a suggestion for a new name, and if the staff here likes it, we will consider changing our name. Now, moving right along. Next, we have a song from Jenny Keating, née LePage, one of Bill LePage's 3 children. And she will tell a little story first about her connection with Francis and music and Baba. And then we'll sing a song that comes from Francis's book, The East West Gathering. I had said that Francis had written a book, Stay with God. But he also wrote, after The East West Gathering, a little booklet called The East West Gathering, oddly enough. And it's full of beautiful songs and poems. And this is one of the poems in it that was put to music. I think the tune is Danny Boy. And our video department has put a video to accompany it. And in it you'll see some shots. You may not know what they are, but they're Francis Bravazon actually building the stone house that was Mayher House, the first place when Baba came to Australia, the house that Francis and others built for Baba. And that's what those shots are from a movie called The Stonemason, which, thanks to Michael LePage, we were given permission to use. So now, Jenny, take it away.
Jai Baba, Steve has asked me to share something of my relationship with music and with Meher Baba. And the story begins when I was a kid, growing up, a rather secluded life, but exposed to Francis Brabazon's poetry and later songs. My parents loved his work, and I grew up loving it also. It helped me understand or have a feeling for who Baba was. As Francis said, this beautiful stranger and our dearest friend. And I felt that within me, even as a child, a very young child. I used to read, I loved to read, and I read anything I could get my hands on, and a lot of what I could get my hands on was Francis's work. So I grew up with that, and once he started writing songs, because he knew Baba loved music, loved singing, my mother, who was musical, taught the songs to us, to my sister and I, in fact the whole family, but particularly my sister and I, took up this interest, and we loved to sing. And so when my father was called in 1967 to spend time with Baba in India, Francis suggested that we make a tape of my sister and I singing, just in case Baba might be happy to hear us. And lo and behold, he was happy to hear us. And he sent a beautiful message back to us saying that our singing made him very happy, that he wanted us to continue singing, to become one of his musician singers, and in fact said, make this your life work. Forget the world and make this your life work. That is singing about me, as Baba said, as the only real one. And, just as Baba loves to do, I'm not a particularly talented or competent musician, and yet Baba has asked me to pursue this, so I've tried my best. I've stumbled and fallen many, many times. To this day, I find it difficult, but I somehow, obviously, because he asked me to, I can't give up. I have to keep trying and trying. And maybe one lifetime I will be able to sing well for him. But it certainly makes me realize it's the journey that counts. And it's just making that effort to do as he asks, even if one stumbles and falls sometimes. So I'm going to be singing one of the songs from the East-West Gathering. It's called The Dawn Light Breaks. And it's a song that Baba loved. He had Francis read it to him many times, so it's very special in that regard. I hope you enjoy. Jai Baba. The dawn light breaks against my grief of stubborn days. The world awakes, each thing to sing your praise. And I alone stir not as though it still were night, as a dull stone, though sunshine gives no light. There, all things reflect your face so fair. In each that sins, you of yourself are aware. But though I see your winning beauty everywhere, unless you give me love, what is all this to me? The dawn light sings up from the wells of lovers' eyes, and gladness springs in wild new melodies. And I alone remain unmoved by all around, as a dull stone, though struck gives out no sound. Meher, meher, all forms your lovely image bear, and all voices your perfect truth declare. But though I see your winning beauty everywhere, unless you give me love, what is all is to me? The dawnlight blooms within each heart, and nightingales their songs resume, which tell of sweet sad tales. And I alone, hidden in darkest night, remain as a dull stone, though broken knows no pain. Meher, meher, all things reflect your beauty rare. In every sweet song you alone are there. But though I see your winning beauty everywhere, unless you give me love, what is all is to me? Meher, meher, all things reflect your beauty rare. In every sweet song you alone are there. But though I see your winning beauty everywhere, unless you give me love, what is all is to me? Unless you give me love, what is all is to me?
I've always liked that song, so it was a thrill to hear from Jenny that Baba liked the poem too. Now, I had wanted in this show to have the next two lines of Begin to Begin, beginning with I'm with you once more down by the shore, and continuing to Begin to Begin, sung by Australians. But I didn't get enough submissions. So come on, you Aussies, rattle your tags. I need 3 or 4 of you to send me those 2 lines. But we did get something. We got a new sponsor. So without further ado, here's our new advertising sponsor. And with luck, we'll do better with this one than we did with the last.
Friends, I'm Joe Namath, and I may already be dead. And I'm sure the same goes for a lot of you out there. Friends say to me, Joe, you look tired. And I say, sure, I look tired. I'm probably dead. And that's why today, I want to offer you the Medicare Between Lives Advantage Plan. Regular Medicare only covers you up until you're dead, and funeral plans only provide for the burial expenses and all of that. But the Medicare Between Lives Advantage Plan not only tells you when you're dead, but it helps you to find a new body. And in many cases, it's a better body than the one you had before. So get the Medicare Between Lives Advantage Plan. All I can tell you is this: they send me a check every month. Hey, that means I'm alive. Thank you, Medicare Between Lives Advantage Plan. Okay, everybody, go long. Ow!
Well, now I think that does wrap up our show.
Welcome to my world.
Well, that means it's time for our hello clips. Okay, here we go.
Jai Baba, everybody. This is Jenny Keating, all the way from Sydney, Australia.
Jai Baba, and hi from Eric Sepperman here in Myrtle Beach.
My name is Matthew Talbot from Orinda, California. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba everyone, my name is Ross Keating.
Hi from Elisa Genovese and Pamela Butler Stone, standing here on Baba's Beach.
Hi, I'm no one. Here I am at Avatar the Abode.
Hi, I'm John Justo. I'm here at Marana.
Hello, I'm Sue.
From Avatar's Abode, Queensland, Australia.
Hi, I'm Alan Talbot from Moraga, California.
Hi, I'm Karen Talbot from Moraga, California.
Hi, I'm Cecilia from Avatar's Abode in Queensland, Australia.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm on Spradbroke. Jay Barber.
Marianne Ashelman, caretaker at Maharana.
Hi, this is Richard and Cynthia Griffin
from Salem, Massachusetts.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds if we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Happy trails to